All right, hi everyone, welcome on board. सुना लगा है? Yes. क्या बात. Boys and girls, today I am at SCHMRD and sitting with the students of first years and second years as well. है ना भाई? बहुत amazing है यार. And by the way, now you guys are big guys. Now you're on this side of the table and people are going to listen to you, right? How cool is that? First of all, hope my channel was helpful.
Yes.
झूठ मत बोला. How many of you use the dashboard as well? Like who were a part of the course as well?
I was actually a part of the classroom.
ये तो वो पुराने ज़माने अंधेरी classroom, अंधेरी the whiteboard and the whole thing. Great.
I took your part in the G5 course.
Yeah.
Which actually helped me a lot in answering the questions during my interviews and prepared what were the right answers and how I could actually change a little bit my answers.
क्या बात है? GPA की बातें हम बाद में करेंगे. Today the topic is how to crack Snap. By the way, SCHMRD and I call everybody a topper. Once you're sitting inside the college, I'm going to call all the toppers. But यहाँ पे फर्स्ट ईयर के बच्चे ज़्यादा होशियार हैं सेकंड ईयर. मैं इनके मार्क्स पूछा था. Why don't you quickly tell your name फटाफट to everyone and also your Snap personnel as well. And also if you're an engineer or a non-engineer or as I say weird category or something cool you've done, fटाफट. Just your name to the camera.
Hi everyone, my name is Shefali Kaushik. I scored a 99.32 percentile in Snap. I'm a fresher and I did economics honors in my graduation from Delhi University.
बहुत ही बढ़िया.
Hi guys, my name is Anjali Chaudhary and I scored a 99.23 percentile in my Snap. I'm basically from Mumbai, an IT engineer who's worked in the IT industry for 2 years, after which I came here.
Excellent.
Hi guys, Utsav here. Scored 99.32. Had a 2 year of work-ex and did my mechanical from MIT.
MIT Manipal?
Yes sir.
अरे पड़ोसी. I was in Suratgal.
पता है sir?
Yeah. Oh, you know that. Okay. Sorry, you were a student.
I was in NT Suratgal की ring भी है.
Yeah, I still wear that. Yeah. So Suratkal Manipal is like your competition with each other. Yes, go ahead.
Hello everyone, my name is Dhanor Sikri. I come from Delhi. I scored a 99.13 percentile. I did my BCom from Delhi University. As sir said regarding weird background, so I represented and captained the state cricket team. So that's my work-ex and I come from that background.
That's so cool. Great. तू first year को यहाँ क्यों बैठा है इससे?
Overconfidence.
Go ahead.
Hi everyone, I'm Tushar Nair. I scored 99.25 percentile in my Snap last year. I'm a software engineer and currently I'm pursuing my MBA in Business Analytics from SCHMRD.
Oh great. By the way, there are many courses in here. One is infra, one is business analytics and one is the core. Excellent. So we'll talk about all of these things. पर हमारा main topic है Snap कैसे crack करना है. Yes.
So, hi everyone, I am Bhaskar Banerjee and I scored 97.25 percentile in my Snap exam. I am an engineer and now I'm pursuing MBA in Human Resources.
Hi everyone, my name is Soumya Nayyar and I scored a 98.5 percentile in my Snap exam, and I also come from a weird background because I did my bachelor's in English and Sociology and now I'm here doing my MBA.
भाई पूरा वीडियो सुन लेना एंड तक तुम्हें काफी कुछ लर्निंग होगी और 2 साल के बच्चे बैठे हुए हैं which is so cool. ग्रेट यार. लेट्स टॉक अबाउट स्नैप. पहली बात जिनको नहीं पता 1 घंटे का एग्जाम है. जाओ, मैं ही तुम्हारे फॉर्म में ही भरवाता हूँ आज. जाओ, 1 घंटे का एग्जाम है और इंडिया में कोई ऐसा भी कॉलेज है नहीं जो कि गिव इन 60 मिनट्स टक जाके LR करो. लेट्स स्टार्ट विद द पैटर्न. 25 क्वेश्चंस ऑफ LR and then English is 15 and 20 for Quants. बहुत बढ़िया. तो 1 घंटा है. We'll talk about the strategy of the paper as well. Which one was your favorite या कोई स्टार्ट तुषार सबसे ज़्यादा पर्सनल किसका है? नहीं मैं 3-2 कौन है? 3-2 वाला कौन है? शिफाली. हाँ भाई फ्रेशर बताओ ये.
मेरी स्ट्रैटेजी?
हाँ.
तो बेसिकली ऐसा कुछ नहीं था, कोई स्पेसिफिक स्ट्रैटेजी नहीं थी. मैं थोड़ी एकेडमिकली आई वाज डिसेंट. ऐसा नहीं था कि मुझे बहुत ज़्यादा कोई एफर्ट्स लगाने थे, बट हाँ मैंने प्रिपरेशन काफ़ी पहले से स्टार्ट कर दी थी. एंड द मेन थिंग वाज कि मैंने मॉक्स बहुत सीरियसली दिए थे. ये मेरा वो था, मतलब मेन फोकस वाज मॉक्स एंड जितना टाइम मॉक्स में दिया उससे ज़्यादा टाइम उनको एनालाइज करने में लगाया.
CATKing के मॉक्स दिए थे कि नहीं?
दिए थे सर, इसलिए तो वो मतलब
अच्छा इसलिए CATKing हेल्प मॉक्स दिए हमारे दिए कि नहीं ये इम्पोर्टेंट है.
मॉक्स बहुत ज़्यादा बेनिफिट देती है. एक बार में एक सेक्शन टारगेट करने का मौका मिला. जो 15 मिनट का टाइम ड्यूरेशन आप कट करके 7 से 8 मिनट में ला सकते हैं इंग्लिश का. आपका LR एंड क्वांट्स में एलोकेट करने को मिल जाता है. दैट्स अ बिग बूस्ट टू एनीवन.
I think going for mocks is like the main strategy.
और 1 घंटे का मॉक इज नॉट स्ट्रेसफुल लाइक कैट होता है 2 घंटे का मॉक फिर मार्क्स नहीं आते डिप्रेशन. ये 1 घंटा जाओ टिक करके फिर एंड यू नो व्हाट यू डन. मिस्टेक है. कैट मॉक देने के बाद एक बार लगता है खत्म तो हो गया. स्टार्टिंग में क्या वर्बल में क्या आगे निकल गया. नाउ यू नो क्विकली व्हिच इज वेरी गुड.
एनालाइज करना भी इजी होता है बिकॉज़ इट्स शॉर्टर.
बहुत ही बढ़िया. तुम्हें कुछ याद है सेकंड ईयर वालों? ये तो अभी जा रहे हैं
I
कॉलेज में.
think मेरे लिए the verbal section was the best.
हाँ.
Because verbal, although there are 15 questions, but questions are usually easier, so it can be done in around 7 to 8 minutes. Every year the pattern is very similar. So verbal can be quickly finished, and then I was a little weak in quants, so I used to take up that time there. And thankfully, in our time, logical reasoning was also not very tough.
Yeah.
If you have given mocks, so you can easily be able to do 60 questions in around an hour.
Got it. Let's have some fun. So Bhaskar should talk about what need not to be done. Bhaskar is 97.25 percentile as well. I'm just kidding, man. अंदर पहुंच गए सबसे बड़ी बात है भाई. चलो बहुत ही बढ़िया है. Great है. You saying something, Tushar?
Yeah, I was saying that the more the mocks you give, the more you know which is your strongest section. And then you start with that section. That was my strategy personally. I was all, like just Bhaskar said, I should always start with verbal. And then as I said, 7 to 8 minutes for verbal, and then you save that time for the other sections.
It was exactly the same for me as well. I used to try to do verbal first and then move to quants because LR used to take the most amount of time. So I didn't want to waste it. I wanted to do all the easy questions in the paper.
For me, the quants was an easier portion, being from an engineering background, mechanical, day-to-day calculation, everything is going on. So LR done with pre-verbal, then finally quants. Quants में आप plug and play formula and बहुत सारे Krishna sir.
क्या एक strategy होगी if you have to give like one message to these guys कि यार 60 मिनट है इसको कैसे utilize करो पहले के अपना section देखो जिसका जो अच्छा है वो करो.
I mean that's how you can build your strategy and focus on increasing your marks and definitely increasing your chances of getting into a Premier B school because you need to have that clarity within that 60 minutes because the exam pattern and the exam duration is very limited, so you can't have that leeway of getting stuck in one question. So if you're aware your good topics and that you will identify once you have given mocks, analyze them. So personally I was kind of good in LR, so I used to practice a lot of questions for LR. There was a time where I actually remembered by heart the coding decoding questions because they used to take up a lot of time and no one can be a master at it, make no mistake, no one
बहुत
can be a
बढ़िया.
master at
So
it.
part 1 mocks देने बहुत जरूरी है. अपना section देखो, हर बंदे की strategy अलग होती है. RC is not coming in Snap past 2-3 years.
Yes, sir.
है ना?
It's not there.
तो officially is not the part of the syllabus.
No, we cannot say
So
that.
officially we are not sure about
लिखा
that.
नहीं है वो RC. मैं तो syllabus देखता हूँ ना.
So
Majority of the
it's
people from-
not going to be there.
Oh, चालाकी है.
So even if it does come, it will be a very small short. Yeah, short.
People are listening to मेरे को पकड़ेंगे तो मैं
Yes,
आ
yes,
गया.
yes, yes.
Yes, sir. It
Or
will
maybe
be
a short poem also. It
No,
was there last year.
It was a small poem last week. Yeah.
You also have to keep in charge कि 1 minute में सारे questions cover भी होने चाहिए because it's 60 questions, 60 minutes. So
Yeah.
that is
Yeah.
Roughly 1 minute.
बहुत बढ़िया. Whatever you remember from your past life, you are all 99%. That is 5 of you guys. You guys will crack 97, 98 as well. Let's talk about section by section. Verbal ability. पहला section. क्या पढ़ना चाहिए? Whatever you remember. What are the most important things? Anybody can take lead.
I think grammar and vocabulary is the most, the majority of the paper comes from that. So to improve on that, I think one thing you could do is read the editorial sections of newspapers. So personally, I used to read the Hindu every day, the editorial section, and that really helps you to brush up your vocabulary and your grammar.
English phrases is a good portion because कई बार it's just a phrase which
Idiom and phrases. Yeah. And they're
Read
easy.
करने की चीज़ है.
They're easy
You
always.
need to
Yeah.
be like थोड़ा बहुत पढ़ा होगा then you will understand कहाँ किया.
Yeah, or adding to that, also बहुत सारे questions vocabulary में ऐसे हो रहे थे in mocks that either you know the answer or you don't know the words you cannot mark up, right? But prepositions, conjunctions, things like these are in your hand basically.
Right.
So if you read a lot, you know what is wrong in a statement or how you can fill a particular statement. So those were the questions I used to maximize my score.
Preposition conjunction भी भर
हाँ,
जाता है.
For verbal, one thing I specifically did was I prepared a small booklet wherein I used to write every new word I came across. So this was something that I started very early, like 4-5 months earlier. And after every week, I used to go through all the words. So even in a single week, there was a lot of vocabulary I was building on. So this is something I really recommend to everyone.
That's amazing. That's amazing. और कुछ vocabulary के लिए कुछ Norman Lewis ये सब word power.
Norman Lewis, yes.
Word power.
Start off with first of all,
इसको मैंने क्लास में पढ़ाया हुआ है like live 20 बच्चों के अंदर. अभी मैं बड़ा
writing down all the words in the book.
writing on the book as like I used to tell them like write in the books.
I don't like. It doesn't have a cover. It doesn't have a back. The pages are coming out.
I know.
So definitely finish off the Norman Lewis first, and then.
Sorry?
Verbal messages. Pages fill होती जाती थी the number of words you used to
do every time. Yeah. ठीक है भाई तो पढ़
Everyone
लो.
has word power in their
Everybody has their
Everyone
word
has
power.
it.
It's a good thing to do once for the examination. Yeah.
And so when I personally used to watch a lot of your YouTube videos, so you used to conduct RCs from your essays. So that really helped because as someone has already mentioned, reading was very helpful for me personally.
Right.
So that is something which I would recommend again, to just read as much as you can.
And you cannot lose marks on verbal. If you want to crack like
Yes,
an
exactly.
SIBM or an SCHMRD and top as the schools, we're not talking about the bottom ones right now. अब वर्बल तो मतलब आता है तो आता है, एंड यू सेव टाइम एज वेल, राइट? यू सेव टाइम एज वेल, ग्रेट।
Section which helps you save time a lot.
बिल्कुल बिल्कुल बिल्कुल। तो टोटली 15 क्वेश्चंस, राइट?
Yes.
अगर स्ट्रेटजी बतानी तो 10 मिनट 12 मिनट के अंदर वर्बल सेक्शन हो सकता
I
है।
used to say
7 to 8
7 to 8
बहुत टॉपर्स बनना है तो भाई 7 to 8 मिनट्स ये नंबर लेके बैठे हो।
Because there are some LR questions that take a bit more time. because
Yeah,
arrangements
we'll
and
come to
all that.
LR in a minute. So verbal 7 to 8 minutes खत्म करो, जो जो आता है preposition तो नोट कर लीजिए, ग्रामर, vocabulary and RC आएगा नहीं आएगा, poem, तुम्हें तो पेपर पता होगा वैसे थोड़ा बहुत,
सर मुझे पता है सर
हाँ?
It was last year.
You know last year, ठीक है, good, great. So moving to the next section, let's talk about quants. Quants is also very important. Quants के कितने क्वेश्चन आए? 20 questions. क्या है quant का? इंजीनियर कौन कौन है यहाँ पे? बहुत बढ़िया। तो 4 इंजीनियर हैं और 3 नॉन इंजीनियर। पहले नॉन इंजीनियर सुनते हैं। हाँ भाई, नॉन इंजीनियर बताइए।
Quant was my weakest section, so this was something that I started targeting काफी पहले से ही. So I went topic wise in my preparation. I covered each topic and I went LOD wise also. So level of difficulty first, get your basics very clear. Then you know go to more and more complex.
ये सब
questions.
फंडे दे रहे हैं, इन सब का कैट स्क्रूड अप है, ठीक है? एंड दैट्स अ वेरी बिग मोटिवेशन फॉर यू। अगर बाई चांस कैट खराब हो जाए, कोई टेंशन की बात नहीं, आपके पास स्नैप है।
Yes, sir.
अब मैं तुम्हारा मजाक नहीं उड़ा रहा हूँ, बट हुआ है यार, हुआ है, ठीक है, हुआ है। ये मेरे स्टूडेंट में थी, मेरी भी गलती हो सकती है कहीं पे, बट या कोई बात नहीं। उसके बाद यू गॉट सिम्बायोसिस, किल इट अप एंड सेट इनसाइड SCHMRD, एंड यू गाइस आर कंपीटिंग विद द न्यू आर्म्स, लाइक यू नो टक्कर दे रही है, हैट्स ऑफ, एकदम बहुत बढ़िया, ठीक है। तो भाई सिम्बायोसिस भी क्रैक करना है। कैट परसेंटाइल बाद में हम पूछेंगे इनका। हाँ भाई बताइए।
So main चीज ये है कि there are 60 questions 60 minutes, so typically 1 minute per question. तो ये पता होना चाहिए कौन सा क्वेश्चन छोड़ना है और कौन सा क्वेश्चन अटेम्प्ट करना है। Because quants मेरा anyway weak था, तो मुझे ये पता था मुझे ये टॉपिक छूना ही नहीं है। So I was only focusing on the questions that I knew I was comfortable with. So this is something that
टॉपिक छोड़े तूने और 99.32 आ गया।
टॉपिक से छोड़े क्वेश्चंस छोड़े
अच्छा,
एग्जाम
अच्छा
में।
पढ़ते पढ़ते, बट यू प्रिपेयर्ड एवरीथिंग,
Yeah, I
राइट?
had to
डोंट गिव द
prepare.
रॉन्ग मैसेज, बोलोगे और
सब कुछ पढ़ के जाना है।
Because
Because एग्जाम में you never know ना which question is easier. So to cover all the topics, but you should know which questions not to attempt.
Got it,
Yes,
great.
and for quants, since I'm also from a
Non-engineering background, yeah.
Personally, I found quants easier, and time, speed, and distance was my favorite
Okay.
section because I prepared a lot for it. But I mean, during the exam, one question of time, speed, and distance was very difficult, and I had to
Yeah,
let go of that,
yeah.
which was because I had given mocks and everything. Otherwise, it's very normal. It's a normal tendency to just stuck upon something which is your favorite topic.
Yeah.
And again, 60 minutes is way too little.
True that,
Correct.
true that. हाँ भी, और नॉन इंजीनियर, हाँ जी बताइए।
So, sir, I gave CAT, then I got depressed. I gave that, I got more depressed. So, मेरी preparation कुछ 3-4 महीने पहले शुरू हो गई थी for SNAP already.
अच्छा।
Because after CAT I realized कि चलो अब अच्छे अपने हिसाब से target करते हैं.
अच्छा।
Because level of difficulty for SNAP is usually low to moderate. It's not difficult as such.
Yeah.
तो उस टाइप के questions target किए थे, because I was very afraid of quants. तो मेरा target ये था कि ठीक है, मुझे पता है कौन कौन से sections आएंगे, particularly which are different from CAT as well.
Right.
A lot of questions which CAT doesn't cover, SNAP does.
True.
So उस हिसाब से फिर preparation करते हैं.
स्नैप का सिलेबस एक्चुअली बड़ा है देखा जाए तो, एज कम्पेयर टू
Yeah.
द कैट एग्जाम एज वेल, तो सब कुछ पढ़ना पड़ता है, लॉजिकल रीजनिंग एंड कोडिंग डिकोडिंग एक्सेट्रा। वो ट्रिग्नोमेट्री भी एक आधा सवाल आ रहा है ना,
Yes.
एक आधा
हाँ,
सवाल
yes.
ट्रिग्नोमेट्री कैट के ऑफिशियल सिलेबस के अंदर नहीं है, तो ट्रिग्नोमेट्री पढ़ना, एक आधा हाइट्स एंड डिस्टेंसेस टाइप सवाल भी आता है। ग्रेट। ओवरऑल क्वांट इज स्मूथ। 20 में से कितना मिनट टाइम स्पेंड करना चाहिए इनको? 20 मिनट, अगर 20 क्वेश्चन देता हूँ,
I
15
think this
मिनट्स।
depends on what your strength is.
Yeah.
If one is not very strong, you could give around 25 minutes. The time you save from
Achha.
verbal, basically.
The time you save for verbal, you can put
Yes,
it.
but if you're an engineer, you're really good. So then
Yeah.
target 1 minute per question, and 20 would be a good time to finish.
Yeah.
So
Basically, this strategy.
Maximum 18 to 15 minutes, and you should be done with the.
But I think
complete.
people should
तू बताएगा what
what,
need not to be done.
what people usually do, and I think I also did a small mistake, is at times when you know a topic very well and you see a very long or tough question, you just get stuck on it कि ये तो मैं crack करके ही रहूँगा। वो थोड़ा सा people need to be wise कि this is taking 40 seconds or 50 seconds are gone, I know it will take another minute. Leave that question and move on. Because that's very important to realize which questions to actually attempt.
There's also a concept of normalization. We'll speak towards the end. Normalization क्या होता है? But let's move to the third part. तो quant के लिए कुछ important topic मुझे बता दो फटाफट. What's on the top of
I
it?
think arithmetic is the most important topic.
Arithmetic,
So
yes.
your- everything in arithmetic.
Percentages, profit and loss, those
Time,
things
distance,
should be
Maximum
time,
distance, time and work.
time, distance, time.
That constitutes a major portion of the
Major
course.
portion.
बहुत बढ़िया.
Also, I feel familiarity is something that should be kept in mind. If a question feels familiar, then only you should be solving in a speed-based test, basically. basically. If you
Right.
think that ये type का question कभी देखा नहीं है, there's no point doing it in the first round at least. You can do it in the second round maybe.
Got
And
it.
some
Yes.
questions are made to waste your time. So
Yeah, exactly.
skipping those questions is the most important thing in
Yes.
actually
Yeah.
using Snap.
Yeah. And I've been counting past 2 years. There are 5 questions which I got them the roadblockers
Yeah.
in Snap,
Yes,
in
sir.
slot 1, slot 2, slot 3. ये मैं अपने एनालिसिस में भी बोलता था अगर तुम्हें याद हो तुम्हारे टाइम पे.
Yes,
So
sir.
5 सवाल तुमने अवॉइड करने हैं, वो तुमने अवॉइड कर ली, यू क्रैकिंग Snap. सीधी बात है. उसको मतलब वो ढूंढोगे कैसे मुश्किल वाला जो नहीं सॉल्व हो रहा वही मुश्किल वाला है. But I think 1 minute per question, max 1.1 minute, like 30 seconds more. And 1.5 मिनट के बाद छोड़ दो, उसको नहीं हो रहा है तो भाई, है ना?
Yes, sir. And I mean, the key is to just identify the questions, and the sooner you identify which questions you want to attempt,
Yeah.
the better it is.
Right.
And like as someone said about arithmetic, so you can't just entirely bank on arithmetic.
But 1 घंटा moves like this ना?
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
it's
very
Especially
fast.
when you get
It's
to
like-
Yeah, मतलब चल रहा है 2 घंटे अटक ही गए हैं, ख्याल कहीं और जा रहे हैं. Here you can't afford to do that.
There's
Right?
no scope of wasting any minute.
That
Yeah,
warm-up
yeah.
time.
Continuous you have to go.
Correct. Minute is also long time to waste. Yeah. मैं इनको ये बोलता हूँ कि they ask me like what's going to be the cutoff, what's going to be the cutoff every year. I do those analysis as well. I tell them यार around 50,000 people give Snap ballpark
Yes.
50,000
Yeah.
games.
last year, including all attempts,
Yes.
Yeah.
including all. In unique कितने होंगे around? Any idea?
Maybe sir, it will be about 40.
For 40.
40,
47, 48 was the number I read somewhere. चलो ballpark 50,000. I just tell them यार 99 percentile means the first 500 people, right? पूरे इंडिया में 500 लोग तो पक्का होंगे जो कि नियरली 38 या 40 प्लस क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर पाएंगे. होंगे ना यार 40 जिसका 40 मतलब ठीक कर पाएंगे. So I tell them like whatever maybe the cutoffs dropped last year, the paper was slightly on the higher side, but normally their target should be like 40 for getting a 99 percentile, a minimum.
Can't say for sure.
Yeah.
वो depend करता है upon the paper as well as the cohort which is sitting for the paper.
Hmm.
So it can vary. No
Yes.
one can give a fixed number ever.
So because I remember when I had given my paper and I could not attempt that huge a number of questions, so I was depressed that how will I get a 99%.
Yeah, exactly.
But later on when the results came out, I was actually surprised because
Yeah.
everybody was talking about the level of difficulty of the paper, but as a student you are always apprehensive
Yeah.
about the questions.
When you come out of the exam, you're like, what the hell have I done?
Exactly.
So
Yeah.
that was it. So I mean, just maximize your attempts as much as possible.
Do that. What would your attempt also? We're going to cover the LR section as well. What should be the attempt like? 60 के 60 किए तूने?
No, optimize करना goal होता है.
हाँ.
तो मेरा ये नहीं था कि आप
कितने
तो
attempt
40,
किए होंगे तुमने
50.
पेपर में?
It was close to 45. I would
अच्छा, that's
say.
it. But
Those have to be good
हाँ,
attempts.
70
good attempts,
attempts.
confident attempts.
Because there's a 0.25
0.25
Negative marking भी होती है.
Did you anybody attempted the full paper?
No.
No.
I think it's not even
And does
practically
not
possible. It's not
ऐसे
even
दांत खींच रहे हैं भाई क्या? हाँ.
It's practically possible भी नहीं है कि तुम एक क्वेश्चन पे एक ही मिनट में पूरा कर लो.
Correct. So you have actually more time than a minute then.
Yes.
If you're attempting like great. तो 45 46 के आसपास. आपने
So similar to that as well.
45 43.
Yes.
But छोड़े 15 क्वेश्चन.
हाँ, because my during giving mocks I realized कि मेरे लिए मतलब accuracy was more important thing क्योंकि मैं ज़्यादा attempt करती थी ना, so even though I was like say 47 questions correct, but
Right.
13 का negative used to be a very hit.
Yeah.
So that's why accuracy was something I was going for.
And it's minus 1.25 here. It's not minus 0.25, right?
Essentially,
Yes.
it's
Yes, exactly.
If you do a silly mistake.
Yeah.
And in such exams, silly mistake तो होनी ही है.
Exactly.
तो इसलिए अगर आप accuracy भी खेल सकते हो, बहुत बढ़िया point बताया तूने यार, very good, very good. accuracy भी खेलो. तेरा attempt कितना होगा पेपर का?
48, 49.
48 49.
Similar to that.
जब 99.32 है ना?
32.
हाँ, तो 49 टाइम करो, ये टॉपर यही है. ठीक है. तेरे शिवानी तेरा भी 99.32 है ना?
Points में अलग होगा अभी third portion.
अच्छा 3 2 1 इतना चलो बराबर है. ठीक है. हाँ.
मैं तो 99.13. I attempted around 48 questions.
Modest हो रहा है 99.13.
So people here are 99.3.
अरे क्या फर्क पड़ रहा है? उसको बोलना चाहिए तुमने. हाँ, what was your attempt?
सर मैंने तो 50 किए थे बिकॉज़ जब मैं मॉक्स दे रही थी then I realized कि इतने करूंगी तो इतने से ही आ जाएंगे. You get a fair idea कि इतने अटेम्प्ट्स देके मेरे इतने से ही हो रहे हैं. So that's why I gave around 50.
Super.
Similar, I also gave around I think 50 or 51 क्योंकि I knew for some questions I wasn't very confident कि अच्छा this is the correct answer. तो कुछ questions में where I had a little bit confusion between two questions, so I attempted 2-3 extra questions where I was unsure कि I knew at least कुछ तो सही होंगे. Cut off की maximum chances बढ़ा सकूँ.
Super. And ज़्यादा फर्क नहीं है 97 और 98 और 99 में, right?
It's
It's like
hard.
3 questions, maybe 2 questions, right?
Maximum.
And that could be your bad day when you wanted to mark C or
Yeah.
D हो गया.
सबसे बड़ा difference वो 0.25 से आ जाता है. जहाँ पे एक मार्क का डिफरेंस है और पॉइंट टू से चेंज हो रहा परसेंट है
Yes.
it's
It's a एक मार्क के difference पे it's like
The
huge
points का
percent.
difference,
Yes.
वो तो होगा. And but overall, I think 1 or 2 marks was the. I remember seeing my sheet. So 98 or 99 के अंदर it was like 1 mark, 2 marks, 3 marks, 4 marks, 2 marks.
hardly
So that's why it's a little different because the level of difficulty of the paper is not that high. But in order to secure a very high percentile, that's where the game usually comes in. Because you need to be very thorough.
बहुत बढ़िया.
People might have the knowledge, but the strategy is important. How you attempt your paper on that particular day, and that 1 or 2 extra marks will help you.
I to tell them December month ना CAT हो चुका होगा. जिसको डिप्रेशन में जाना है जा चुका होगा है ना. गए थे. CAT क्वेश्चन पूछने वाले हैं. तो 2 दिन के लिए ये वीडियो शायद पहले चला जाएगा CAT के. तो तुम डिप्रेशन में जाना. मैं बोलता हूँ जाओ डिप्रेशन में 2 दिन जाओ, रो लो 2 लो, हो गया बर्बाद हो गया. Next, move it, and then you pull back.
Yes, sir.
And then you pull back. But December month, I think it should be snap month. If I would be a student, I would say, sorry, screw everything, but focus on snap. यार, और 3 attempt है, school है. Like what Narsi Monji has done is NMIMS is only taking 1 attempt. in the
Yes.
guys.
Yes, first.
Yeah, you can sit inside SCHMRD by giving 3 attempts on the same paper.
Yes. ये बहुत बड़ा एडवांटेज है.
हाँ, कमेंट आएंगे आपके पास तो पैसे हैं, रिच के.
Yeah, but still, when you come inside the college and the kind of placements that you get, so वो ROI कहीं से भी compare नहीं होगा.
Absolutely.
Right. तो कितने attempt दिए? तूने कितने attempt
मैंने
दिए?
तीनों अटेम्प्ट किए.
तीनों attempt दिए.
And luckily मेरे थर्ड में सबसे ज़्यादा मार्क्स आए.
Oh.
Same story. 3 attempts, third में सबसे ज़्यादा.
तीनों थी दूसरा बर्बाद हुआ था
अच्छा.
IIT के बाद जस्ट भाग के गया
Okay.
I was a dead
आपकी एग्जाम भी बर्बाद है.
पता नहीं क्यों क्या बोले सो टाइम
वो IIT बंद हो गया पता चला.
हाँ, but
Ratio
it's-
क्या है?
the cat-
तीसरा अटेम्प्ट सर वो सबसे इम्पोर्टेंट था बस ऐड अप होते जाता है हर एक का
वेरी गुड. ना तीसरे तक क्वेश्चन भी थोड़ा नॉट सेम बट पता चलता है यार क्या है.
हमें
Practice
तो practice
करना
हो
पड़ेगा.
जाती है.
Yeah.
Used to it.
True, true.
So I gave 2 attempts,
Two
and one was on 18th December. That was IFT. Unfortunately, my center was poles apart.
Yeah, that's
so I could
right.
not attempt SNAP
Great.
exam, and that's.
सर
the
हमारे
only
टाइम
fault.
में 3 attempt नहीं होते थे.
एक ही था.
दो होते थे.
तभी इनके ज्यादा परसेंटाइल आए. ओह, मैं ऐसी टांग खींच रहा था इनका. ओह, तभी एक पेपर 3 बार दोगे तो आएगा ना. एक ही बात है. हाँ, तेरे
So same, we had 2
One
attempts.
attempt,
I
two
gave
attempts.
the first one and the third one.
अच्छा you gave.
I only
Okay.
gave one.
I gave all 3, and I think all of them should
तो
actually.
99% में लेके आना है तो तीनों अटेम्प्ट लेने हैं.
We have no, see in all the papers, there's no score normalization for
Ah.
SQL and Snap. So it could be that one particular paper does not cater to your strengths.
Yeah.
Yes.
So you could have one bad day, and you can't bank all your luck on just one paper.
Yeah, वो normalization का समझ नहीं आती. Being honest, last time there was a level of difficulty difference between. आप लोग बोलते हो कि all of papers are similar, but it was not.
So
Depends on
I
your
was
they
practice
were
like
quite
this.
close to each other
Yeah.
they were quite close
So if someone is very strong in quants, but the questions are tough, he's still able to solve it, right? So he may not feel the paper was that difficult. But
So
actually,
actually what is अगर if a paper has certain number of topics तो उसमें किस टाइप के क्वेश्चन आ रहे हैं जो आपके स्ट्रेंथ के लिए कौन सी वीकनेस है so accordingly that will vary throughout 3
So percentiles are calculated overall, right? तीनों का sum
Yeah,
करके
yes, yes.
and end में निकाल देते हैं. Okay. I think तुम्हारे टाइम पे slot 1 was the easiest and then slot
I
2.
think I also got in slot 1 only.
Yeah.
Instead I got in slot 1.
Yeah.
Slot 3 में it was comparatively I thought a little bit tough, but a lot of people
Yeah.
cleared in slot 3 as
I
well.
remember that. I remember that.
So
तुम्हारा
it was-
फिर भी काफी normalized था. तेरा क्या था slot 1?
Slot 3.
Slot 3 में crack किया था.
एक बार.
Sure, एक बार में. क्या बात है. So amazing. So भाई तीनों attempt दीजिए अगर पैसे वैसे की फाइट है तो देख लेना. But हाँ तीनों attempt देने चाहिए. That's lovely. Let's talk about the one section. LR.
Yes.
LR वो जो हमने मिस किया अभी तक. तो 25 क्वेश्चन आ रहे हैं LR के. I'm not sure you guys know the history. मेरे टाइम पे I also cracked Snap. तो LR used to be 2 marks question. Do you guys know? Till 2015-16 LR used to be 2 marks question. And है ना अनीशा तुम्हारे टाइम पे ऐसे होगा. 2 marks. And there used to be GK. GK was recently till 2016-17. Yeah, GK they removed recently, but 2 marks का 1 mark कर दिया. But always symbiosis, I think, as the institution believe कि LR should be on the higher side.
Yes.
और हमारे टाइम में ऐसा था कि LR crack कर लिया तो snap crack हो गया तुम्हारा.
Yeah.
ऐसा
it's still the same. because
It's
Yeah,
still
it's still the highest weightage 25. Great. Let's talk about LR. पहले तो फटाफट important topics यार. क्या क्या पढ़ लें? क्या क्या तुम्हें अपने पेपर से याद आ रहा है? 3 अटेम्प्ट दिए सब लोगों ने।
Congratulations.
हाँ यार है पेपर में, हाँ नोट कर लो। दो लोगों ने
There are a
किया।
lot of topics here in Snap
Yeah.
which are not taken in other management
Yeah,
apps.
yeah.
Like direction sense,
Hmm.
arrangements,
Coding
and
is
other
just
things.
clocks
Clocks and calendars.
Coding
There is-
coding.
before you start giving
Snap
this-
loves clocks and calendars.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there
yeah,
are
yeah.
there are
Yes,
at
they
least
love
2
it.
questions every year
Yeah.
from clocks and calendars. I don't know about this year, so don't.
इसको पेपर बताया, इसको बता रहा हूँ।
Past papers में जब ये analysis किया था तो clocks and calendars पे they have a
आता ही
nice
है।
focus and encoding decoding का भी 2 questions have come like so these are some of the topics that you can target because ये easy to do भी होते हैं कम time लगता है as compared to वो input वाले and output वाले
Yes.
those are very time consuming क्योंकि steps होते हैं उसमें तो वो तो मैं attempt करती ही नहीं थी even if I know and how to solve it I'm not going to solve it.
Syllogisms and critical reasoning.
Yeah.
It takes time to actually get adapted to it.
क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग भाई, क्रिटिकल रीजनिंग तुम्हें पढ़ाया भी होगा क्लासरूम के अंदर।
समय लगा तो उसको adapt करने
Oh, what is going on? हाँ तुम्हें पढ़ाया होगा मैंने।
Yes.
Every time I क्या है कृष्णा? Every time I wear my green shirt, people like me कुछ तो एग्जाम।
हाँ उसको hat पहनता है A वाले ने red पहना हुआ है
ये वाले
white
पहना हुआ है,
something caps question.
Great. तो CR पढ़ लीजिए। कितना part would be CR? 5 to 6 questions, if you remember.
Not necessarily it can vary.
Yeah, it can vary.
I don't remember the there's no fixed number
Yeah,
from each
same.
topic.
But it was a lot, right? CR
Yeah,
was
Yeah,
a
it
lot.
does come
It was a lot.
So even for NMIMS, for NMAT, na, I tell them like CR, it's a new topic which you don't study for CAT, most of us. So you have to go back to your LOD level basic Bible books, what you had those
Yes.
yellow books, the hard copy
Yeah,
ones,
one of the green ones.
the yellow ones and the green ones. Yeah, they're like, now they call Bibles. That time. That time LOD
It
one.
was basic and advanced.
Yeah, so pick up the LOD one of and read the entire thing, blood relations and all, coding, decoding of stuff. Cubes wala we talk about questions
yes.
coming together.
Yes.
Cubes, seating arrangements to be more precise, great. And they may not ask you to solve the entire puzzle. It could be just only, पहला बताओ, तीसरा बताओ, and one question as well.
Yes.
So I tell them like, तो Snap के अंदर, if there is by chance an RC coming in, right, तो RC लंबा भी हो सकता है. So make sure you see how many questions are there.
Yes.
Even in LR, if there is a big puzzle, but then you go to the next screen or that's there's only one question, so you're screwed up.
Yes.
Yeah. So one good strategy for LR would be solving mocks, and then when you give a mock, analyze it and see what topics you could not solve. And then before you give your next mock, brush up those topics and then give the next mock. This is what I used to do because LR was something I wasn't very good at. So I used to just give mocks, learn what topics are coming, study it, then give the next mock, and make sure to solve those questions correctly in the next mock.
बहुत ही बढ़िया.
Evading from the topic थोड़ा सा. Same will apply for quants. क्योंकि quants में the person is thorough with the basics now. उसको कहीं issue नहीं आने वाला. He will always be कि okay, I know the basic, I know the formula. थोड़ा manipulate करके plug and play. Done.
LR I personally felt was very scoring because अगर तुम एक question solve
तू बोली
करोगे
तो एक ही अटेम्प्ट में पढ़ा. तीन अटेम्प्ट देके आए हैं यहाँ पे. हाँ.
तो अगर आपने एक क्वेश्चन सॉल्व कर लिया आपके प्रॉब्लली अगले के 4 क्वेश्चंस के आंसर आपके पास रेडी है क्योंकि
Right.
सीटिंग अरेंजमेंट में इफ यू सॉल्व द सीटिंग अरेंजमेंट यू विल हैव 4 क्वेश्चंस इन योर हैंड सो तुम्हारा टाइम भी बच रहा है एंड यू कैन प्रॉब्ली फोकस ऑन वीकर सेक्शंस एज वेल
That's so very
Yes,
great.
and about LR again, as I said, coding, decoding was my favorite topic because I could
Yeah.
not solve them entirely. So I used to practice a lot, and there was a time when I actually started having fun.
Yeah.
For those, remembering the letters and their precise codes. That
And
was
Snap
fun.
is a fun exam,
Yes,
है ना?
it is.
It's a fun exam. You know most of the things. You just need to just go there and just
Yeah.
concentrate for those 60
Yeah.
minutes and
Yeah.
just do it. Great. Achha, last part. Let's talk about the mocks as well, and then we'll ask the CAT percentiles. And so mocks. How many of you tried CATKing Snap mocks?
I personally.
You did. You also did. तेरे time में भी क्या बात है? How was the level of difficulty? Was it okay?
So I think it was
1.5.
very
Huh?
similar to the exam
Yeah,
that actually
it was
came.
very
Quite
It was
close.
good. Quite close. Quite close. चलो बढ़िया. And you use the books as well. The books are not helpful.
Throughout जो भी प्रोसेस था बुक से रेफर करके वो जो 100 क्वेश्चंस का एक सेट आता था
हाँ.
डेली बेसिस 15 से 20 का
Yeah.
आई रिमेंबर यू टेलिंग अस इन अ फ्यू लाइव्स कि इतने क्वेश्चन एक दिन का रखो
Right.
get through with it repeat the entire cycle if you have time
Correct.
that used to be like a big builder throughout
So I personally bugged Anisha ma'am a lot for mocks because ma'am this is not happening, this is not happening.
ये नहीं चल रहा,
She
वो
might
नहीं
not
चल रहा।
remember it right now. One of the students that I used to call her,
Yeah.
ma'am this is not working right now.
ये क्या है,
And
ये-
अब snap कैसे होगा?
मॉक के समय पूरा डैशबोर्ड
कई लोग सोचेंगे गुड लक ऐसे ही निशा को फोन करने शुरू कर देंगे. चलो सुना 99% आता है.
मॉक के समय इतना ट्रैफिक होता था समटाइम्स द डैशबोर्ड यूज्ड टू
Slow down, right. मैं इनको बोला भी Saturday mock मत दिया करो सर. Now I was checking on the system. 11,000 people gave test every week on the CATKing dashboard. So like unique ones. तो बहुत traffic तो बढ़ेगा, but we are building a technology strong. Great. CAT percentile. हाँ भैया. CAT percentile.
So I got a 93 percentile in CAT.
अरे.
I got 99 in verbal and quants, but I got just 40
टीचर
percentile.
कौन था तुम्हारा वर्बल का पहले वो बताओ. टीचर कौन था तुम्हारा वर्बल का पहले वो बताओ.
So my verbal section was really good in CAT, but then what happened is I messed up completely. I could not solve anything, so I did not get any calls.
That's alright. Great.
So I got 88 percentile in CAT.
88 percentile. 82 percentile.
I got an 80 percentile.
80 percentile.
91
91.
82 same.
82.
86.
तो लर्निंग ये है कि अगर कैट ठुक गया और 82 भी आया तब भी आप ऐसी मचाड़ी के अंदर बैठ
Second
सकते हैं.
learning में वो राहुल सर से सीख के 99 percentile आता है वो भी.
ओह ये ऐसे लग रहा पेड प्रमोशन है. This is so amazing, boys and girls. Thank you so much for calling me here. It's lovely having you on board, and again I say you are on this side of the table. People are listening. भाई अपना गोल रखो, रोल मॉडल रखो कि आप भी ऐसे किसी अच्छे कॉलेज में बैठे होंगे, and we're going to be on this side of the table and inspiring the other generation. Thank you once again, and इनको बोलो थोड़ा क्या बोलते हैं, share, subscribe. तू बोल यार.
Like, share and subscribe.
बस.
don't forget to comment.
Alright, boys and girls, drop in your comment section any questions you guys have regarding, since I'm in SCHMRD, regarding SCHMRD. ऐसे भी उनके भी मैं आंसर कर दूंगा वैसे, पर अगर आप कुछ क्वेश्चन है SCHMRD के या स्नैप के क्या क्या दिक्कतें हो रही पढ़ाई के अंदर, can you guys also reply to the comment section as well?
Yes, sir.
पक्का? मैं भी ना बोल पाता, मैं ही खुद ही रिप्लाई करूँगा. बहुत ही बढ़िया. तो इनके नाम भी आपको बता दूंगा और इनके लिंक्डइन प्रोफाइल भी दे सकते हैं आप. बहुत बढ़िया. तो भाई मजा आ गया. कोई भी क्वेश्चन इनको पिंग करिए, मेरा दिमाग कम खाइए और इनका ज़्यादा खाइए. थैंक यू सो मच एंड CATKing family and little bit CATKing ये है बस YouTube family and CATKing family, you guys have done it यार, and proud of you guys and all the best for your summer placements, and you guys are role model for many people. Thank you so much for joining in, boys and girls. Thank you. Take care.
Sir, missing one line.
हाँ बोलना.
The back ball is clean.
Beg, borrow, steal और snap के तीनों एग्जाम दो. अगर पैसे नहीं है तो मैं बोलता हूँ पैसे नहीं है तो. Thank you so much for joining me. Take care. Bye.